With E3 2019 well underway, and all the major conferences done and dusted, you may have missed out on Capcom's Monster Hunter World Iceborne Developer Showcase. During this stream, Capcom put on a demonstration of what we can expect in Iceborne. So in this video I'm going to break down what was shown off, as well as point out a few things you may have missed. Now the developer stream can be broken down into multiple parts. First of all, they talked about Iceborne in general, going over the story trailer again, which has already been shown off prior to E3 2019. This gave us a glimpse of the story, and the developers went on to give a little bit of background behind the main plot of Monster Hunter World Iceborne. Without going into too much details or spoilers, they explain that the Legiana are migrating, we start finding their tracks in the ancient forest, and eventually we follow them to the new Hoarfrost Reach. This is where the main plot of Monster Hunter World Iceborne takes place. Of course, alongside new monsters, there are returning monsters such as Nagakuga and Tigrex, or Tigrex depending how you want to pronounce it, and there's even more yet to be revealed. They then went on to talk about the new home base, or HQ, located in the Hoarfrost Reach, known as Celiana. Now I'll be doing a separate video going over details about the Celiana base, but in short, all the facilities that were found in Astera are available here. There are even some nice quality of life changes. For example, instead of having to go through a load screen to go into your room to sort out your Tail Rider Safari, you can instead talk to your house Palico whilst wandering the town rather than having to go into your room via that load screen. Also new is the Steamworks. This is a minigame of sorts that rewards you with numerous different items. The way this works is almost like a Simon Says, where you press the buttons in the order they appear. The more successful you are, the higher quality and rare items you'll receive. These can be anything from potions to armor spheres. The game director especially was very fond of a new feature, which is a photo mode. Basically you're able to position the camera, pose with your hunter and Palico, taking pictures and sharing them with the world. This for me is personally going to be great, as I'm going to be using this as a thumbnail generator. But after touring Celiana, Capcom then went on to talk about the returning and new monsters to the game. They went on to talk about Tigrex, stating that veteran players should be happy with the returning monsters, and for those of you who haven't experienced Tigrex yet, you should be in for a treat. They also then went on to talk about the subspecies for Legiana, known as Shrieking Legiana. This is a much more difficult version of Legiana, utilising even more enhanced ice attacks than its brethren found in the Coral Highlands. They then briefly went on to talk a little bit about Valkana, but they didn't go into too much detail. But they are hoping to bring us more information about the new flagship monster later down the line. Now, after talking about the monsters, they went on to demonstrate a hunt, and once they got past a few technical difficulties with the controller, we got a few glimpses of what we can expect when it comes to armor and weaponry. For example, you'll notice that the weapons and armor are all rank 9 and can clearly go up to purple sharpness. The attack and defense of the weapons also seems a lot higher than what we have at the moment, but unfortunately the skills for the various armor they showed off didn't seem any different to the skills on the armor pieces we have now. This is probably going to mean that the jewels we have at the moment are still going to play an important part when it comes to Iceborne. But also, if you look closely as well, you'll notice that the mantles, as well as the health booster shown here, has a plus next to it. So it'd be shown off the Iceproof Mantle Plus, for example. You'll also notice as well, when the developers were mousing over the various mantles and that each have their own set of jewel slots, meaning that you can socket jewels into your mantles. You'll also notice that there is a tier 4 jewel socket available in some of them, meaning that we're probably going to get even more stronger jewels with Monster Hunter World Iceborne. Jewel sockets with the mantles, does this mean that the jewels that are socketed in those mantles only become active when you wear that said mantle? It's going to be interesting to find out. It's also probably going to mean a load more side quests to complete in order to actually unlock these advanced versions of our hunter tools. Now, although they didn't go into too much detail, you can clearly see that the Palico has new gear, and when they embark on the hunt, the Vigor Osprey that their Palico is using definitely has some new unique functions. For example, it is able to throw goo on the floor, which can revive your hunter, although I believe you can only do this once per hunt. Now, after they sorted out their equipment, they embarked on a duo hunt. This is a new difficulty added to the game. At the moment we have solo difficulty and multiplayer difficulty. This has now been divided even further, so you have solo difficulty, duo difficulty for 2 players, and then multiplayer difficulty for 3 or more players. This apparently is because a lot of players did like to take on hunts in duos, but sometimes unfortunately having 2 Palicos did not make up for the amount of damage an additional 2 players could bring to the hunt. But anyway, after they landed and got prepared, drinking their hot drinks, they embarked on the hunt. While Tsuchimoto-san spent a lot of time with the photo mode, the other developer went into the tent to grab himself the Raider Ride. This is a new item that allows you to basically ride small monsters in the environment, such as Jagras, Shamos, so on and so forth. Now, the developers explain that this isn't a free mount, so to speak. It will instead follow your scout flies as you track down your monster. Along the way as well, you can sharpen your weapon, pick up items, use items, so on and so forth. So this is definitely going to save my R1 button when it comes to hunts. Now, after all that preparation, they finally went out on their hunt to hunt down a Tigrex. Using a lance and a hammer, they demonstrated various aspects of the Clutch Claw, new moves, the environment we can expect with the Hoarfrost Reach, and more. It was quite impressive to see various moves you can perform with the Clutch Claw, including tenderizing a monster's body part, turning it into a weak point when using heavy weapons, or gaining slinger ammo if you're using lighter ones. But it also confirmed a few questions I had in regards to the Clutch Claw, as in monster roars can knock you off, you can easily get pushed off during a monster's attack animation, so on and so forth. So the mounting with the Clutch Claw does not always mean guaranteed success. Now, although it wasn't the cleanest of hunts, it was still fun to see the developers in action. After successfully bringing down Tigrex, Capcom wrapped up their developer stream announcing that there would be more demonstrations as E3 goes on. These other live streams will demonstrate hunts that are available to folks who are attending E3. They'll also give us an opportunity to witness new weapons as well as the new moves that they have. But anyway, this was a breakdown of the Monster Hunter World Iceborne Developer Showcase. Be sure to check back soon as I'll be bringing you more Monster Hunter World videos from E3 as more information becomes available. And until next time, I've been Darcblade. Hope you enjoyed the video, thanks for watching, subscribe and like for more.